than India, because the real economy is 80 or 70% of our rural mass. So again, if we focus on developing the rural economy, automatically these educational systems will have no choice but to go there.
Yeah. So we also have a lot of international university colleges participating. So do you think there should be a student exchange program between D.Y.Patil and these universities? Like at the moment we have a fest, as in where our students are getting a chance. But do you think going in the future we should also get?
We already have strategic collaborations. We already have. These are happening in many universities.
So what do you think about new education policy?
New education policy is very good, and they made a lot of changes in the education policy. And I think if the world is changing so quickly, especially technology, I mean, 3 years back, if you saw the iPhone, and today's iPhone is almost like a computer. So if things are changing so rapidly, education also has to change quickly. So syllabus changes, etc. This has to come very quickly. And I think the new education policy is offering a lot of flexibility. And eventually it will become very streamlined. So I see it going in a good direction.
The special focus on online classes?
Online हो, offline हो, कुछ भी हो, एक focus आ रहा है education का. They are putting it in a certain mold because there were too many variations, and I think now there will be a strategy. So that's working. So.
And I would want to add to the new education
yes.
policy, because like you said, VRIB, international education and all that, but with the new education policy we can see that the government is looking, the education industry is looking at what is missing, the gap, and I think the teaching of skills that we talk about mostly in the international education will be there in the new education policy. So we are looking at approaches to learning skills, the 21st century skills that we want to give to our students to be ready for life. So that, I think that's a good thing about the new education policy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm sorry. So there is obviously a lot of investors are investing in various sectors.
Right.
So my question is that do you see enough investments, maybe foreign direct investments or seed investor angels from our country investing enough into this sector, or you think there should be more people coming forward to, because education is the crux of everything.
So I think I'll again go back to the policy decision on that, because education is a very sensitive sector. So again, they might have to think at a government level as to how these investments can come into the private sector. So as far as online education is concerned, tech companies are concerned, there's no limit, and they continue to grow. But traditional universities essentially has operated as not for profit. So that mindset probably will need to change, that for profit and non-profit can exist together. So that's a greater question. So of course investments are needed in this sector, because I spoke about teachers getting better facilities, better salaries. So, and eventually it will happen. It's just when it will happen.
Yeah. Just a humor to add. When will we witness the best in our campuses?
Already हो रहा है.
Because हमारे
already हो रहा है, लेकिन we are getting mostly from the peripheral countries.
Okay.
We are not getting in from the first world countries.
Right.
So it will happen, and that's where I say the Indian knowledge systems. When we introduce the Indian knowledge system, that's when we'll have a exodus of the West, because that's what they're not exposed to. They're very good at mathematics, they're very good at physics, they're very good at business, but they don't know our science. So when we introduce our science to the world, that's when this revolution will really kick off.
Good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.